I would like to say that I'm both honored and humbled to stand before you today as Eric's best man. I've known Eric for about 4.5 years now. It might not seem like such a long time, but in that time, Eric and I have become pretty close friends. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mario, and I work with Eric. We're both firefighters at Station 154 in Pettinger. Cops. I actually still remember the first time I met Eric. I was a Phase 1 trainee, walking around the halls of the police department scared, insecure, and with little confidence. I remember when I was in report writing, and Eric comes in after having been involved in a large altercation. To those of you who work with us, it's known as cyber cavados. During this fight, Eric had bitten down on his bottom lip, which left him with literally 2 holes on his bottom lip. So as a scared, wimpy, Phase 1 trainee, all I saw was a 6'9", 250-pound bald giant who was sweating and had 2 holes in his lip. I was scared. I thought to myself, oh my God, he just ate a human being. As it turned out, I would later learn that Eric is no 6'9", 250-pound monster. Instead, he's a 6'9", 250-pound teddy bear. Throughout the first years of our friendship, I knew very little about Eric. He didn't say much, would simply answer yes and no, and was incredibly polite, even calling me sir when he answered his questions. He answered only the amount that was necessary to fulfill the question. He was a good guy, but I always knew there was more. One thing I do remember, though, is that no matter what we talked about, we would always agree. I would tell him how I felt about something, and he would smile and say, that's exactly what I said. Then as time went on and we became better friends, we both realized that we were basically the exact same person. I mean, except the height and race issue. We were practically the same. Just as Sally, my girlfriend, and Shannon. They'll agree we are both special. I'll leave it at that. Well, in November of 2010, Eric met the girl of his dreams. I remember him first talking about her and the joy he had in his face. However, at first he was very hesitant to tell me exactly how he met her. I thought maybe he had met her like at a Justin Bieber concert and didn't want to admit it, but I would later learn why. He met her online. Yep, online. The internet. His computer. Plentyoffish.com to be exact. I guess I can see where the apprehension came from. From my understanding, when the messages first started, it was Eric who didn't reply. And from my understanding, Eric even blew her off on their first date. Then on December 14th of 2010, that was their first date. After their first date, it was Shannon who wasn't sure. She liked him, but she didn't really know if she wanted a boyfriend at that time. Now, it's a funny thing about guys. When they feel control, that the girl likes them, then they're very sure and cocky. Well, as soon as they feel the other person is uninterested, then they want to try. I remember talking with Eric after the first date, and again, the excitement he had, but he told me he didn't think she was interested. It's actually funny because I asked Eric and Shannon about their relationship at first, and this is exactly what they said. Eric, I liked her immediately. She was uncertain about me. Shannon, he didn't write me back when I first texted him, and he blew me off on our first date. Then we met, and I liked him, but I just wasn't sure if I wanted a boyfriend. And then he wouldn't leave me alone. Well, after some time, I met Shannon. Of course, after I got over the initial shock of her height, I began to focus on her words. But as Scott likes to say, Mini-Me is even taller than me, so then I guess she isn't really that tall. I I very quickly learned that this girl was a keeper. She was energetic, charismatic, funny, but above all, it looked like she was like Eric. And the real kicker is that she wanted to be a firefighter. Yep. The two most unlikely people to end up together actually liked each other. But she soon proved another one of her qualities, determination. She got hired and graduated from the LA County Fire Academy. Not a simple feat, especially with how many applicants actually get hired. And now she's a Class B licensed and on probation. Good job, Sarah. It was after Eric met Shannon that I saw a real change in Eric. His answers got longer and his emotions grew. He was not afraid to express himself. He seemed overall happier and overall more upset when they were arguing, which I think is a good thing because it showed how much he cared about the relationship and how much he did not want to lose her. Whenever we went out as a group, it was a good time. Shannon was always good and Eric seemed much happier. Eric would and still does like to have pity parties for himself, but Shannon is there to make him stop. She tells it like it is, and in the end brings out the best in Eric and vice versa. They both bring the best out of each other, and that is what finding the right person is all about. Sometimes I thought to myself, Shannon and Eric are really cool people. I wonder what their parents are like. Well, a weekend in Vegas with Scott and a day trip to a brewery with Scott and Don allowed me to see what I had been wondering. Both great people. Don, quiet and kind. Scott, not so quiet. Both mothers, Denise, a kind woman, and Sherry, a mother of three. Shannon, Stephanie, and Scott. You did a great job at raising all three, Sherry. Don and Denise, you raised three great kids, Eric, Heidi, and Sarah. All cops, by the way. Score, cops 3, firefighters 1. Okay, I'll start wrapping it up now. Times haven't been always easy, and a few bumps were hit along the way. But like in every relationship, there will be good times and there will be tough times. There will be ups and there will be downs. And that way we can really, there will be ups and there will be downs, but it is through the tough times that we can really appreciate the good times. I may not know it all, but I have been in a relationship with my beautiful girlfriend Sally for over 6 years now. I have learned a lot and have a lot of wisdom to share. I mean, you also have your parents who combined have been married like 100 years or something like that. But although your guys' relationship is relatively young, I like what I see. You guys love each other, and although you guys argue and fight, you respect each other, and that is what matters. I'll leave you with the key to success in a relationship, according to me. Always be honest with each other. Always be kind to each other. Always communicate regardless of how small you think the issue may be. Always be caring to one another, and always respect each other. Laugh a lot, hug all the time, and buy her flowers. Girls love flowers. But most importantly of all, always love each other unconditionally. I know my duties as a best man do not end today. I promise to always be here and support you guys in the good and the bad times. I pray for a long and healthy relationship, and I hope that you two are happy and that you have little gingers running around soon.